What is going on, everybody? How you doing today? My name is Jim Games, and I react to videos on the internet. And in today's video, I will be reacting to how the Germans view the Germans. This should be interesting. I just finished a video on how the Germans view Americans and what sort of stereotypes the Germans might have against Americans and what they think about us. So I'm curious to see what the Germans think of themselves. So we're going to check out this video. And before I begin, I got to tell you about a couple quick important links in the description section. One is our community Discord. If you are on Discord, you're going to want to check this out. If you want to stay informed as to what's happening in this community with me, with live shows, all sorts of things, definitely check out the Discord. That link is down below. And I also have my Twitch link down there as well. I do live reaction shows over on Twitch all the time. And if you want to be a part of that, check out that link as well. Without further ado, let's switch screens and let's get right on into this. How the Germans view themselves. This is a German versus German video. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It should be interesting. Also, please remember to like and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Yafo. I'm here live in Berlin, Germany. And I'm here to ask Germans, what do they really think about Germans? How do Germans view themselves?
We're really on point oftentimes.
Like being in time and being correct. And
yeah, Germans, they are very, very on time.
We are always on time, really proper.
We are like really on point. We're really timely, in a timely manner.
Organized, typical.
Wow, so very punctual. That's multiple people saying that they're always on time. Okay, interesting. I guess that doesn't really surprise me.
On time.
Pretty strict about everything.
Yeah.
Straight up and forward.
Straight and has his orders, has his orders and he follow them.
They always want to stick to the rules.
How do Germans view themselves?
Very accurate, very precise.
When they're doing something, they want to do it 100%. There is no like, oh, we can do it like that. It has to be perfect.
Organized. And you kind of get your stuff done.
We try to do work quite to its completion, I would say. Don't let any job unfinished.
Hardworking, we're straightforward.
How do Germans...
Wow, okay, so it seems like the Germans really pride themselves in their work ethic and their punctuality. They're on time for everything. Everything is... It's something that I've kind of noticed, too, about just like the way they talk. Everything is so matter of fact. Everything is all factual, and it's kind of straight to the point. There's no... I'm not saying that like there's no nonsense in Germany. I'm sure that there is, but for the most part, like what I hear and what I see from conversations I've had with Germans. Oh my god, this thing fell in my ear. Oh my god. All right, we're good. So now I'm distracted. Let's continue.
Germans view themselves as a whole?
I would say it's like hardworking, very like concrete, very structured, everything.
We go to work, we are working people, and you go to work, you earn your money, you have a child. It's all like really...
You have a plan about your life.
Yeah, and you have a plan.
You know.
If Germans had to describe the Germans as a people, coming from Germans, how would they do that? What's like a typical German?
Typical German would be to be honest with everything what you think.
Honest.
Okay, so honesty and bluntness. So the honest to a fault. So they will be completely honest with you. They will tell you what you need to hear without any frizz or frill or anything like that. They will get right to the point. Also, the other ladies, like they emphasized Germans have a plan. They have an action plan. They know what they want to do. They got a 5-year plan or a 10-year, 20-year, whatever it may be. In America, things are a little bit more wishy-washy. We kind of have a general idea of what we want to do, and we kind of walk in that direction, and hopefully it works out. Germans seemed a little bit more analytical. They might find a path exactly and follow that to a T. I would assume, just from hearing them talk about themselves.
I'd say friends that German are really like totally upfront and so honest and sometimes brutally honest, and people are like, oh my god, they are not expecting it. Then we think we are polite, and it's not, we don't have these, I don't know, this political, it's not political correctness, but we are not, we are, everyone is a people pleaser, but not on a cultural level. It's not in our head, maybe it's on a personal level, we are people pleasers, but it's not like, we're not trying to be polite,
Yeah, okay, so that's the main goal isn't to be polite and pleasant. In America, I think that's what it is. A lot of it comes down to pleasantries and tones and things like that. And there's a lot of subtleties in our language and how we talk to each other just based on the tones and body language and whatnot. And that's how we kind of read each other and communicate from each other. In Germany, it seems like it's more it's just straight to the point. You know, like there's no like the first order of business is not to make sure that the conversation is going well and that everyone's having a good time. It's no, let's get the facts out of the way. Let's get down to business. And then if there's time, maybe they'll tell us a joke or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, it's something to be prideful of. I can get it. But I think this is where like a lot of commutative problems happen between American and Germany, and why you might think that we're a little full of ourselves and a little fake. I keep hearing from people that's how Americans are, because we're a little over animated, and we're, as everybody else, or especially Germans, are very straight to the point. That there's this miscommunication as to like, okay, well, the Americans are all about nonsense and the Germans get stuff done, and maybe that's true. Maybe that's true.
So why are Germans so direct and upfront?
Yeah.
We have control issues. No, Germans have control issues. That runs really deep in our culture.
So why are Germans so strict and
why do Germans have control issues? If you are German, please, I beg of you, take the time, write me a comment, let me know why you think Germans might have control issues, why you do or do not have control issues. I'm dying to know.
Organized.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's maybe because of the history. I don't know. That's our mentality. We just want to be better.
We have signs for all the stupid stuff. Like for example, here there would be a sign like, "Please take care that you're not falling" and stuff. Like, it's a bit exaggerated.
They're not very.
Do you guys really have that? Do you guys have like crazy signs for nonsense kind of stuff? But it's just common sense stuff to read. Be like, oh yeah, okay, I won't fall. I'm just imagining like giant billboards as you're driving down the Autobahn, just saying, keep breathing. Probably not the way it is.
Very funny.
We are so serious.
Yeah, they're always serious.
We see ourselves quite serious. I don't know, like the German nation's not very humorous.
This is something I've known. Not that they're not humorous, because I have found myself cracking up at Germans several times, but they're very, very serious. 100%, and they can even recognize that themselves, and they are serious. I think that's like the main stereotype that we probably have about Germans in America, that they're very serious people.
Kind of sophisticated and
frames for everything, and they need frames for everything. They need fences for everything and frames for everything. Humor.
Do you guys not have humor? Even she is saying humor. There's got to be like famous comedians or like funny TV shows. I mean, there's got to be something. Some of you guys got to be funny. But even this girl, who is she had a couple things to say about America earlier. She's saying the Germans are not very funny. They're not funny people.
Sometimes they have to look for that word in the dictionary.
No way.
How do Germans view themselves as people?
Saying no when he means no, yes when he means yes. Things are very solid.
Yeah. They love their houses, their gardens. You know the German word?
We do too.
Spießer. You ever heard of the word Spießer?
No.
Yeah, like everything is in the right order, in the right place. Everything
Feng shui.
Together. I mean, the garage suits the house, and yeah. That's what I care.
Everything is organized and in its perfect place by design.
About very orderly, it's routine.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit shy, maybe a little bit boring as well, but really honest people at the same time.
If Germans had to describe Germans, like what is like the typical German people?
Negative, always grumpy, always moaning, complaining about stuff. Oh, it's so annoying.
What kind of stuff do they complain about? Yeah.
Oh, the weather. Some stuff you can't change, like the weather.
Any other?
Is that true? Are you guys grumpies? You guys a bunch of grumps over there? Not the people I've been talking to. People have been very, very nice to me and been very cool about sharing information. But she made it seem like people are unpleasant and grumpy and almost standoffish. Interesting.
Are there differences you can think of? Like how do Germans... What's some things about Germans that people don't know?
Friends of mine who started to learn German, I tell them, in case someone corrects you, they don't mean it, as being mean or rude. It's something that Germans do all the time among each other,
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. So, all right, so these Germans, they're super they want to get the facts. They want to make sure everything is right and perfect in its perfect place. I can't even imagine trying to learn the German language and trying to talk to somebody from Germany. This is probably where people think think that Germans are rude. But it's just honestly because they're so blunt about things. Like, no, that's not the way you say it. This is how you say it. And they're trying to help you. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to give you the correct information because that's what takes priority in a conversation, not the pleasantries. And that's where all this confusion comes in.
German language is difficult. There's always, an opportunity that you say something wrong and someone is just interrupting you and say, no, you said it wrong, and then corrects you. And this is so annoying. It's a pain in the ass. And that's Germans, we have control issues,
He said it again, the control issues.
All right.
What is he talking about? What control issues do you guys have? Maybe that everything just needs to be in its perfect place?
Yes. See, that's my lady.
Do you think German is a good language to complain with? Because it's very strong and...
I don't know. People who parked in the wrong spot. Oh, they love to complain about that.
That's my favorite spot. I park in that spot every Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
We sound hard, but we are good hard right now. But if a foreigner hears to our language and he doesn't understand, it's Deutschland,
They don't allow themselves anymore to be angry, but they're complaining a lot.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like passive. Like once they get home, like, oh, I can't believe this happened.
Passive-aggressive people, huh? Okay. That was some direct honesty and passive-aggressiveness. Spicy conversations.
Yes, like that.
Germans have a very good picture of themselves, better than the reality is in some kind of way. We always think we are very, very, very busy. We work really hard. We work harder than everyone else. So it's not true, but many people think that Germany is better than other countries because we work really hard and we are really, really strict and disciplined. But I guess it's
the right word.
It's bullshit in some kind of way. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's bullshit. I'd say it's endearing, honestly. Honestly, that's kind of my main takeaway from all this stuff is I think these are very endearing qualities. Even though someone might not be worried about the pleasantries up front and keeping things nice, I mean, isn't it better just to have the right information? Isn't it better just to have yes mean yes and no mean no and just the facts of everything? Yeah, the conversation might not be as funny or as fun or as whimsical or whatever, but they get stuff done and they're very prideful, hardworking people that are just a little bit blunt. And I don't think it's coming from them thinking that they truly are better than other people. It's that they're truly hard workers and they truly want to make sure stuff's done the right way. I don't know. I think it's kind of endearing.
Germans have the habit when they speak that they say they always have to do something, that they need to do something, but it's really rare that somebody says, I want to do something, I will do that, and I have to do that, and I have to do that, and then I have to do that.
Oftentimes
talking about the burdens.
Be too political correct, too much.
I wonder if they talk about the burdens as a way of kind of like I don't know, hyping themselves up a little bit, as to like a way like an American would like talk to his buddies about like, oh man, I went on a date with the hottest girl, last night, and here's what happened, like I wonder if they're like how they brag about stuff is like, well, I have to finish this task and then I have to finish this for work and then this needs to be done over at home and then once that's all done over here, I'll have time to paint the garage and like. They're more like bragging about these are all of the tasks that I have to do because I'm so important, or not that I'm so important, that I'm so valuable to do something like this. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I would imagine that it would. Because, I come from a hardworking family myself, and that's kind of how our family validates each other is like, oh, who worked the hardest that day? What was your day like? That's what it was like growing up in my family. My dad coming home and be like, oh, we just worked, 14 hours standing up all day, bent over. He was a mechanic, bent over the engines and fix them, whatever. I remember him like almost kind of complaining, but at the same time, it was kind of like he's bragging about himself, saying that he worked so hard and got so much done to provide for us, to keep a roof over our head. So I wonder if a lot of it is just like them kind of, that's how they communicate with each other, saying that they work hard and that they should be respected because of it.
Right. We try to do like everything really on point, politically correct. Don't fuck up.
Oh, really?
To what?
To international politics.
Well, that's the question I have for you. If you are from Germany, do you consider Germany to be politically correct? Are the average conversations you talk with people, are you worried about saying the wrong word or doing the wrong thing? Is Germany concerned with political correctness? Because I can kind of see things going both ways. I can see the factual side of things, the blunt inner German dialogue coming out and saying, yes, this is this, and no, that is that, because that is facts. And I can also see Germans trying to kind of walk that line a little bit and try and be politically correct. So I'd be very interested to hear from you guys and hear your answers on to whether you believe you are politically correct or not. more blunt than politically correct, I guess.
How we care for like people who come to our country as refugees. We have a political problem with that, and there are like the sides that say we do too much, and the side that says we do not enough, and both are kind of true.
So I guess if Germany had a phrase, it'd be "Don't fuck up."
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Just put that on the flag.
Up sounds to be a good one.
Yeah, don't fuck up.
They don't like to share.
So we are stingy, okay?
Oh,
that is true. This is
Is that a stereotype that the Germans are stingy people? Is that one? I've never heard that before. Let me know what you think.
so different. You know, difference between Germans and Americans is, as a guy, you know, if you take out a girl on the first date, you know, it's totally common that, you know, everyone pays their own bills. You don't pay for the girl, you know. If you would do this in Germany, you would insult her, you know.
That's bull. That's baloney. That's macaroni and baloney right there. Now, 9 times out of 10, the guy is paying for the girl almost every time. In fact, I don't know anybody that's ever split anything Dutch, gone down the middle. If you ask a girl out, you are damn well paying for everything that happens on that date. And probably for the rest of your relationship with that person. That's just the way it is here in America. That's the way it, in every single group that I know, every single friend group that I know, any group that was coming out, if you're picking up and you're taking somebody out, you are paying for them to go out. Otherwise, like, I don't know. I can't imagine being a girl and being like, having a guy come and say, hey, can I take you out tomorrow? And then saying yes. And then being out and be like, okay, this guy really wanted to take me out. And then he's making me pay for myself. Like, you invited me here. You should be paying. That's the way it goes. I've never known any guy ever that has made the girl pay, ever.
Oh. Seriously, if you go out on a first date with a girl and you would, you know, pay for her, that would be insulting. It's like paying for her. Like,
oh, shit. He's saying the opposite thing here. Okay, I thought he was saying that, like, he thought that Americans didn't do that. Okay, I got that completely wrong. Okay, so he's saying in Germany, if you go and you pick up a girl and you try and pay for her, she'll be, like, upset by that. Like, it's like, is that a thing? Really? That is something I'm curious about. In Germany, you ask a girl out. Are you paying for the date, the person asking her out? Or is that going to upset the girl that you asked out? That's crazy to me.
You know, and blah, 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 blah.
I can pay my own.
I think
really
a bigger problem to show their feelings and their real thoughts. They're a bit more introverted, and because it's like here it's not so normal to show them, so they're also kind of trained to not show them always all the time.
So I guess the Germans are a little bit more reserved about like their actual feelings and their emotions. That kind of explains a bit from the last video I did about German stereotypes towards Americans, and they think that we're all outgoing and we're all like kind of wishy-washy, and they think that like we're very friendly with them, so then we must want to be friends, and then we're not around as much, so it must have been a lie, and they get kind of pissed off at that, and as they should, if you don't understand it. But if you're not really like emotionally vulnerable, it's not. These things would seem very strange to anybody, and I guess the German people just aren't exactly emotionally vulnerable. Or maybe she's wrong. Maybe you guys are.
Somehow shows a part of weakness.
So they're like a robot.
Yeah.
Just no emotion.
Yeah. If you want to exaggerate it, then you could say that we are like robots sometimes.
Oh my God.
It's like stereotypes.
Yeah.
What are the stereotypes that Germans have about Americans?
That they don't really know where Germany is.
That was a clip from the other video I just did. She's cute. I like her. It's true. It's true. We're bad with geography. We are. I gotta say, after watching this and watching the stereotypes you guys have for each other, I kind of knew going into it that, you wouldn't be saying too many harsh things about yourself because it's yourself and your people. But I feel like you guys were honest, as you normally are. And I feel like a lot of these qualities that you talked about are actually quite endearing. Having that sort of open honesty with somebody, bluntness. At first, it might seem like it might be like a little off-putting or a little bit strange, but there's got to be some comfort in just knowing that when you're talking to somebody, what they say is what they mean. And that's kind of few and far between. And I don't think it's just in American cultures. I think it's kind of that way in other cultures as well. But Germany seems to be kind of an anomaly. They seem to be these people that are so blunt and so focused on just doing it right and not effing up that they a lot of these pleasantries and these little things, these little frills of conversation kind of get lost in the mix because it's not quite as important to them. And when you really think about it, you know, the frill kind of takes up almost too much of the conversation sometimes, you know, like we're not able to get the facts all the time. Sometimes we'll have a hour-long conversation with somebody and we still won't exactly understand what that person was talking about or what they meant. And this is a common thing in America. So a lot of these inequalities that I found about you guys that other people might see as a little too abrasive, I actually kind of quite find endearing. I think it's neat. I mean, I would love to get to know some of you guys and actually become like friendly and friends with you guys and try and get you to come out of your shells a little bit. And because I guarantee you guys are probably, there's got to be some of you that are funny, you know, there's got to be at least one. I'll find him or her. But it's cool. It's cool, and it's a world away. It's a world of differences. It's crazy how different, you know, things are in the average lifestyle of here in America and in Germany. How the similarities, how things are so similar, how we do things, but then how there are these great divides that like literally split us down the middle. You know, how we talk, how we present things, our work ethic, all sorts of things, how we interact with the opposite sex. That thing blew me away when I found out that the girl would be upset if the guy tried to pay for her. That's just like common law here in America. I can only like if you pick up a girl and you take her out to dinner and you do not pay and she has to pay her way, chances are you're not getting a second date. I don't even care how well that date was going. She's going to be so taken back that happened that she might not give you another shot. Seriously. And then to find in Germany that like women are almost insulted when you try and pay for them. That's wild to me. I guess it's just everybody takes care of themselves and they're so detail orientated. Maybe it would be disrespectful to assume that the girl wouldn't have any money. I mean, hell man, I got buddies of mine that pick up girls and take girls out that make more money than they do by a lot. You know? I got a bartender friend of mine that just went on a date with a girl who was a lawyer. You know, so there's a difference in salary here, and the guy, and he's still paid. You know, she makes 4 or 5 times as much money as he does a year, and he's still paying because that's just the way it is over here. But this was an informative video. I feel like it's a very endearing video, and it's just kind of sweet to see these people talk about themselves and see them talking in a natural environment and really kind of opening up to the camera, because as reserved as they're trying to make themselves seem, I don't think that's quite the way it is. I have a feeling once you get to know these people, once they open up a little bit, then you're in line for finding a really good friend and someone that you probably are going to connect with for the rest of your life. And I think it's awesome. Guys, if you enjoyed your time with me today, please consider liking and subscribing. I do this sort of thing all the time. I'm going to catch you out in the next video. Be safe and be well.